So we use this process called the Balanced Readiness Level Assessment. The BRLA was actually originally developed to look at innovations in agricultural technology, but it is a really broad tool set to discuss five key factors in new technology adoption. Those are, of course, the development of the critical technology itself, the technology readiness level, the TRL, the market readiness level, MRL, um, which measures the commodification, the adaptation of the product to its target market, the regulatory readiness level, RRL, which is the legalization, how much of a legal framework exists for that product to be used, an acceptance readiness level, which is about social acceptance. How does the public view this, right? It's very hard to get a product into market when a lot of people are organizing against it for fears or they don't understand it or something like that. And finally, there's also the organizational readiness level that measures the domestication of a technology and basically the ability for an organization to actually utilize this technology in their day-to-day operations. So on the next slide, we have the questionnaire that provides the evaluation method. This questionnaire, as you can see, back one slide, please. Yes, this is the questionnaire itself. And basically, the way that the BRLA works, a lot of this is inspired from Technology Readiness Level, which itself is a NASA product of how they look at novel technologies and their use on spacecraft and aircraft. But effectively, what this has here is a series of 9 questions, and they're yes or no questions. You start at the top, say for a new technology. Is a hydrogen aircraft technology fully developed and ready to use? No. And you go down through this list to the level at which you finally say yes, and if it says yes, that's the level to which that readiness level is. On the next slide, we can see the individual descriptions of each of these readiness levels from TRL 1, meaning a specific technology idea is formulated, all the way through 9, which is the actual system is proven in a functional and a natural environment. And we can see this across the board for all 9 of these. Effectively, the big things to note from this is that level 9 means that basically it's ready to go. Level 1 means this is in its absolute infancy, and there's a whole range in between. Just as important as knowing what the balanced readiness level assessment that we did is, also important to recognize what it is not. So on the next slide, I just listed a few things, right? While we talk about social acceptance with BRLA, it doesn't really talk about the social impact that this would have, right? It's tacitly done through market and acceptance readiness levels, but it's not explicit, right? We can say that there's a market for hydrogen aircraft because we know that lower operating costs means more access, that's more people flying. But what does that actually mean for people, say, in a remote area that might struggle with access to liquid hydrogen? This does not assess that whatsoever. Basically, this doesn't tell us if a technology or an approach is a good idea or a bad idea. It simply asks the question, are we ready to deploy this new technology into a new and similarly, there's no assessment of environmental impact, right? We're not saying that this is better or worse, and this is a very important note, because different agencies have different views on environmental impact, and I'll get a lot more into this in a few slides when we take a little bit of a deeper dive into some of the individual groups.